Kellyanne Conway has now been gone from the Trump administration for about 2 months, but don't feel bad for Kellyanne. She's doing just fine. Kellyanne Conway has landed a sweet new gig with the Republican Party, paying her $15,000 per month, which is actually how much she was making while working for Donald Trump. And her new job entails doing... Well, we don't know exactly what she's doing. All we know is that according to filings from the Republican Party, ever since she left Trump, they've just been sending her $15,000 per month. And as best we can all tell, she's not doing any work for them. They're just giving her $15,000 a month. And so some media outlets that actually still have a couple investigative journalists working for them decided to look into this a little bit more. And you know what they found? They found that Kellyanne Conway is not the only former member of the Trump administration who is now being paid $15,000 a month by the RNC. That's kind of nuts. They also found that Keith Schiller, former Trump bodyguard, is also being paid $15,000 a month by the Republican Party. They found that Rick Grinnell, who was a former member of the Trump administration, is also being paid $15,000 a month, and he just got another check for $22,000 in October, and they don't know what that was for. Omarosa was reportedly offered the $15,000 a month from the RNC, but she declined. Brad Parscale is also getting $15,000 a month from the RNC. Folks, what the is going on? I think we all know what's going on. I think it's pretty obvious what's happening here, because none of these individuals that anybody can tell is actually doing work for the RNC. And that $15,000 a month, a bodyguard versus a White House counselor like Kellyanne Conway, do you think, and I don't mean to demean anybody here, but to both be getting $15,000? That almost seems like it's just the stock amount for every single individual, regardless of experience, regardless of area of expertise, getting that same amount. That sounds like hush money payments to me. That is 100% what I believe is happening here. Omarosa didn't take the money. Why? Because she wrote a tell-all book. That's why. That's what this is. This is a pretty big scandal, folks. It really, truly is. The Republican Party is using their money to put these people on as staffers, even though they're not really staffers because they're not doing anything, just so they can pay them $15,000 per month to shut up, to not say what happened while they were working for this Republican president. That's a pretty sweet gig. Hell, if I'd have known that's what the RNC was offering, I would have taken that deal for about 6 months, maybe paid off my house, my student loans, all my medical debt. That would have been great. And then, go back to mocking Republicans and Trump. But either way, this is nuts. How is this not a massive story? Like, Republicans still trying to push the Hunter Biden thing like, oh my God, he made money and he shouldn't have. And oh, he did drugs and he shouldn't have. Okay, your party apparatus is literally paying hush money, 15 grand a month, to 4 or 5 different people because they don't want them to tell the truth about what's going on with this administration. I think that's a bigger story. And I think that's a story that should blow up. And I think it's a story that probably warrants a congressional investigation, to say the least, possibly even a federal investigation. I may not know everything about campaign finance laws, but I do know that paying hush money, paying people money for work that's not performed, yeah, you got some frauds in there. Maybe worth a law enforcement agency to just kind of peek around and see what's really happening.